Okay, here we're going to show you on a 3302M Ryobi or 3302H, or it's the same on a 3200, how to replace the oscillator drive block. This is the block bushing that drives your two main ink oscillators and your water oscillator back and forth. When that hole gets egged out, because it's not lubed properly, it'll create some slop, and the slop will look something like this. I'm on the non-operator side of the press. You can actually see it's probably 1/4 of an inch of end play. And what that'll do sometimes is cause a shock line in your printing area, look like a skid mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the part, it goes inside here. We're going to loosen this 2.5 millimeter Allen screw, and then it goes in and hits on the edge of this pin. This pin, we're going to drive it out through the bottom, and then this part here is actually the part where the bushing is, and this is the main drive arm for that right here. You can see that slop in there. So, see if I can get this set up. You got a hammer and a punch. 2.5 millimeter Allen. We're going to loosen that. About 1.5 turns, and before we put it back in there, the pin, there's gonna be a mark on the pin that we want to file off so that the pin goes back in really easy. Okay, we loosen that. Okay, we loosen that. Now we're just going to knock the pin down. You might want to catch it, put a rag under it, have somebody grab it, or just very lightly stop it about there. Now, we're going to rock this out. Keep in mind there's a bushing behind there. And there's the bushing. So, this stud here as an inner and an outer race, and sometimes you got to pull this out to change this too. This will wear out. It's got a short pin. There's an outer race, bearing race, and there's a smaller one on the inner. I can actually see a little wear on it. There's a line on it. So this wheel could have wear, or this pin could also have wear. So when you have this out, you also want to look in here. You can see the round pin that this goes on. Sometimes that pin will get worn. You actually see the slop in there. Sometimes it's just this bushing, other times it's the shaft. If it's the shaft, here's what the shaft looks like. The pin is actually offset. It goes the full length of the press. It goes all the way to the other side, and the brass gear mounts on this end, on the operator side. But as this shaft turns, because that pin is offset, it moves that bushing, and that's what makes all the oscillators go back and forth. So, I'm putting the old bushing back in. This is just to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there so the flat spot is sticking out. Put this in the groove. And I'm going to reach back in there with my pinky. And I'm going to push up on the bushing because the bushing wants to fall down. I'm going to push up on the bushing a little bit and wiggle it. Make sure the flat side's in. Then while I get this out, I'm going to take, there's a little mark on it right there. It's actually 2 marks, which tell me it's been out once before. So I'm just going to take a file, dress it up so it slides back in nice and easy. A lot of times when you replace that, it's better to replace this at the same time. You can actually see there's a mark. This has wear on it. From here to here, the inside of my thumbs, that's the width of that bushing. there's a bushing there. Sometimes the bushing wears, this wears. We carry all this stuff in stock here at Ryobi Press Parts. So I'm going to run this back up to the bottom. Bring this up here again, and I have to put my pinky in there again because the bushing's falling down. There we go. Just wiggle it. You can see it's got play in it still because I didn't put the new part in it. So get it up there. I just want this so the pin is flush with the top. Lock my set screw back down. It's 2.5 millimeter Allen. And there you go. That's how to replace the oscillator drive block. 3302M Ryobi. There's the part number.